What's up, nerdlings?
What's up, nerdlings?
Do you nerd for movies?
Polo Pals! Yay!
Welcome to Do You Nerd, the variety channel with me, Tom.
I'm Lady Lacey.
And who doesn't love movies, whether it's at the theater, streaming, if you're taking part of your own physical collection. The problem is, sometimes that movie's fine, as it is. And it doesn't need a sequel. Which is why we gathered together some of our Polo Pals to discuss this. What is a movie that did not need a sequel?
I got a couple. First one, Terminator 2. Didn't need a sequel. Oh, I love that movie. The first one was a good movie. It needed a sequel. The sequel didn't need a sequel. And now we're stuck in this monotonous loop of shitty Terminator movies. Oh.
So a movie that didn't need a sequel. There's a lot of good choices you could pick, but I'm going to go with this one, and it might be kind of odd because some people might not have known that there was a sequel, but The Never-Ending Story. We did not need a sequel to that, but for sure, Never-Ending Story, I think, was perfect the way it was. I think adding more to it tries to water down it, like the impact of the first one, and at least for me, it meant so much to me because little story, it kind of connection with Contra, if you know me, and stuff, but that's a story for another time. But anyways, yeah, so Never Ending Story is fine the way it is, and it didn't need a sequel of any kind. And there is buzz and word about a reboot or something happening, but that's another topic.
Well, this may be an unpopular opinion, but I am going to go with Beetlejuice.
Ooh, going brand new.
Brand spanking new. When the first one ended, we had the ending we wanted. You know, the bad guy gets defeated, you see him get his comeuppance, and then you see the Maitlands living their afterlife pleasantly and peacefully with Lydia and all the other Dietzes. You even see like actually how they're living and coexisting with them. And it was very satisfying. It was very enjoyable. So then you have the sequel. And none of what happened in the first movie really happens in the second movie or has anything to do with the second movie. In my opinion, I even felt like Lydia was not her normal self. I felt like she acted completely different than she did in the first movie. And nothing really felt like they knew where they were going with the story. None of the storylines went together. There are characters that you think are going to have a big deal and they're in it for like 5 seconds. I also felt like it had a very unsatisfying ending. They just kind of fizzled out everything and just kind of thought, oh crap, we have to wrap things up. So they wrapped it up all really fast.
This is the most recent one I could think of. The Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. Are you kidding me? You make a sequel, which, okay, I might have been intrigued, even though I felt like it was very self-contained. Then you don't even make a true movie. It's like a musical. And if you like musicals, it's shitty. And if you like movies, it's shitty. And if you like the Joker and Harley Quinn, it's shitty. Oh, how do you take something that was like a superb movie, in my opinion, and highly praised, to just taking a big old dump on top of the next one and saying, you like the first movie? Well, fuck you guys.
Of course, you know, the one time that I'm actually asked, what does it need a fucking sequel? I'm forgetting everything I've ever seen in my entire life. There's so many things that didn't need sequels. Hear me out. Okay, Toy Story should have ended after 3. Toy Story 3. Could have ended after 2. Definitely should have ended after 3. I saw the 4th one. Hated that one. Toy Story was the very first movie that my parents took me to go see in the theaters. I still have my Jessie doll. And my Woody doll. I refuse to get rid of them. Getting off topic. The 4th one was just unnecessary. Like, I've purged a lot of it out of my brain. And now I heard they're making a 5th one. And I'm like, what else is there left to tell? Like, come on.
My pick, a movie that did not need a sequel, was Unbreakable. So first of all, not a lot of Shalamana fans out there anymore. And Unbreakable didn't get a whole lot of love when it first came out. I always enjoyed it. I liked the different take it took on superheroes and everything. The way the movie ends, though, it's very vague, very ambiguous. It kind of leaves Bruce Willis's character to kind of go out and maybe continue doing good, but it did something that really circumvented what superhero movies did. Your big bad didn't get his big bad moment. There was a bit of realism in here in that Bruce Willis didn't wait for him to do something super terrible. He did a lot of bad things as is, trying to find Willis's character, but he took care of him before he could become a super villain. To be fair, Split was fine. It was a very interesting concept of a movie, and it wasn't until the very end that it really played up the fact that it took place in the same universe. But we definitely didn't need Glass. That got a little too Marvel MCU with some of the stuff that they were doing. Overall, it just wasn't needed. Unbreakable was perfectly fine the way it was. I liked how it ended. Very open. Who knows what's going to happen next? Keep them wanting more. You don't have to force more down their throat.
What's up, everybody? Bandana Gamer here.
I hate to say it, but The Matrix.
There is only one answer, and that is The Matrix.
As much as I wanted those sequels to come out, and for as excited as I was when they did come out, looking back now, it did not need the sequels.
The Matrix movie did not need a sequel. In my headcanon, there is no sequel.
It needed to just be that one film. Matrix 1 was perfect from beginning to end. Everything about it was just stunning.
The way it ends is, open-ended, but the idea is that this is a battle that is going on in our world, that we don't know that we are part of this simulation.
It was so good that it made me, and I think it made everyone else, want more of it.
We should be the sequel to The Matrix. Our story should be the sequel to The Matrix.
I think what they could have done, is what they did do, is the comic book spin-offs, and spin-offs in the universe of The Matrix. But an actual sequel with Neo in it, looking back now, as much as I wanted them, and as much as I can't believe I'm saying it, it did not need them, and it should have stopped at Matrix 1.
And so to have the Matrix trilogy come and kind of deliver nothing really of value, in my opinion, like not much changed. And I mean, they won, did they? Because there's a fourth one later. I don't know. So I really feel like The Matrix did not need a sequel.
Oh, this is going to be fun to see what kind of comments pop up from some of these takes. And best of all, I hope that you guys will leave some comments and let us know what movies you thought did not need a sequel, and tell us why.
I thought it was very interesting that two people completely unconnected had the same idea.
Yeah,
That's kind of fun.
Who else fell on that train? So yeah, leave those comments down below. We'll catch you next time. Bye, nerdlings.
Bye, nerdlings.